Horror games can be made to represent numerous things, even including things like cartoons and school. And these two are jump-scaring icons from those exact kinds of games. Bendy, the dancing ink demon, and Baldi, the abusive math teacher. Today, we're gonna find out which indie horror icon will claim victory and survive in the arena of death. A mascot is something nearly every series or company needs, making it more interesting to see. And dear old Joey Drew thought of a perfect mascot for his cartoons, a little demon known to everyone as Bendy. His cartoons revolved around Bendy almost, if not, all the time. Bendy had starred in plenty of cartoons, such as Cookie Cookin' and Little Devil Darlin'. Being so popular, Bendy had many more things made of him, toys, books, and more. He was a star, and everyone loved him. So eventually, one day, Joey Drew had sent a letter to his old pal Henry, to come to the studio, which seemed odd, but he did, which leads us to the game. Henry had arrived, but nobody was around to find, and after he searched everywhere, he found the ink machine, and put some stuff near it, for reasons nobody can really think of. And eventually, this all leads to Henry finding his way blocked, and our old pal Bendy came up, and made Henry flee, but Henry wasn't able to escape in time, leaving him falling down a hole, continuing his journey to escape from his ink hell. Now enough story, let's get on to what you all came here for, Bendy's powers. Being an ink monster, he has control over all ink in the area, and actually in the studio he is in, making this power even better, to an unclear amount, given we don't know how the ink machine works, so he could be drawing endless ink from it, making him basically unable to be beaten. He can also manipulate his body so it can go through walls, and likely also other solid objects, making slowing him down near impossible. Control over his whole body should make it pretty clear that he can form his body in many different ways, including turning to a puddle, or becoming his demon form, and likely even more things. He seems to never tire, given he is not organic, thus he can't become exhausted, and he took over the whole studio he was trapped in for over 30 years, which also means he doesn't require normal human needs, such as food, drink, or nutrients, since a studio likely doesn't have that much food to survive for 30 years. Even in demon form, he can see people, despite his eyes are covered, but this could just be that he has good senses, so he doesn't need sight. He can turn a person with a mere touch, transforming them to an ink minion, making them obey him. But he could decide to simply overpower a person, as he can do so, and he was strong enough to rip the projector's head off, which is no easy task. But even with all that, if he gets enough ink, he can transform into Beast Bendy, possessing claws, a mouth full of sharp teeth, as well as being even stronger than Demon Bendy, likely possessing the same powers he did before, but becomes much bigger as a result, with massive arms. Don't get too impressed though, as he can be beaten if shown the end reel, and he will die if the ink in him dies out. Also, destroying the ink machine would leave him weak, and this could mean he eventually dies down, with no ink to fuel himself. Plus, his ink can be dried out. Overall, Bendy's abilities over all ink give him plenty of ways to stalk and attack his enemies. While he is able to change his shape and overall power, he can be destroyed by watching the final tape or being dried up. Here school is a educational school only with math, not other subjects like science, English, or history. While entering in here school, Baldi will greet you to his schoolhouse, then telling the player to go find a notebook. Baldi is a math teacher. He loves math so much that he thinks everyone else should also love math. Unfortunately for everyone, Baldi seems to think loving math and being good at math are the same thing. He'll get angry if you get the question wrong, and then chase you down with a ruler. You need to solve 3 math problem per each notebooks you get with that iPad thing called You Can Think Pad. Baldi has the incredible hearing abilities. He can not only tell where any sound came from, but who made it too. He can be slow, but he can be quicker if you answer the math problem incorrectly. After getting 6th notebook, he will become a speed demon. Fortunately, he is distorted by loud noises and make him forget what he was doing. He is easily affected by things like sodas. Baldi also can take the player to field trip, in the camping forest. Baldi leaves bear traps in there, and Baldi can tell the player to keep the fire going. But if you failed, he will move faster and it is almost impossible to escape him. That's like having nightmare being chased by somebody. Baldi's shorter slap interval is 1 smack every second, and the intervals get shorter by 0.25 seconds for every answer you get wrong. When it comes to durability, Baldi can survive getting swept by Gotta Sweep, who is strong enough to smash through locked doors. Baldi can be abusive no matter how many questions you get wrong, with no excuses or anything. Run while you still can. Overall, Baldi may be human, but his enhanced hearing makes it practically impossible to escape his wrath. He is skilled with his ruler, very tough, and knows no mercy.
The fuck is that? What the fuck is going on?
Welcome to my schoolhouse. Now it's time for everybody's favorite subject, math. What's 2 plus 2? What's 8 plus 5? What's 6 minus 4?
You stupid.
No punching teachers in the hall.
NANI?! Oh, what the fuck?! Will you marry me?
Bendy plus Baldi equals death. I really don't know what you expected. I could end this debate with one word. And that word is durability. Bendy is a demon made completely out of ink. His body can always just regenerate, as long as there is ink around. True, Baldi can brush off being smashed through locked doors, but that's child's play compared to what Bendy can do. Bendy had the edge in pretty much every category. The only thing Baldi might have over Bendy is intelligence. But Bendy is quite smart himself, so that wouldn't even be that big of an advantage. Finally, Bendy could only be defeated if you show him the ending tape, dry him out, or destroy the ink machine. Baldi doesn't have the knowledge, or power to do any of that. Guess Baldi didn't think this through. The winner is Bendy.